Hello there, everyone. How are you today? My name is Shane Olson, and today we're going to be sculpting or continuing to sculpt this guy from Kactiguy. He's a local friend of mine, and yeah, we started this last week. I wanted to continue working on it. My output says this is only streaming to one channel, so hopefully it's streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, please say hello. Hello. Tell me how it's going. Can you hear me? Get some music going here. Hey Neil, how are you? Let's see, what do I want to listen to? Sure. Is it working? Yeah, there we go. All right. It's on YouTube. Is it not on Twitch? Yeah. That's fine. All right. You guys can't hear my music, I assume, I hope. Okay. This is kind of where we left off last time. And Neil Whitehall, I just tested the knife brush and it just crashes. It just crashes. I don't know what's going on. All right. Now I'm gonna make his arms, but he's got levels of geometry. I'm gonna go ahead and delete the lower. Just it's gonna make him really dense, but that's okay. Okay. Yellow arms. Let's give him. You know, I think before I do that, I think I'm going to drag his shoulders out just a bit, about right here. Let's see. Just kind of give him a, he almost looks like a dishwasher detergent body. I remember it happened to you last week. Yeah, yep. I wanted to test it just to make sure. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this knife cut brush, I'm in the latest version of ZBrush. It'll just disappear. It'll just crash ZBrush. So they're working on it. They know about it. It's a known bug. So they're trying to fix it frantically. All right. Hey Lisa, how are you? What's up, Eric? How are you, man? It's like a blown breeze. How are you doing? Okay. You know, I edited my gizmo. You see this gizmo? Yeah. I use another program that we're not going to talk about. And I keep going back and forth between that program and this program, and it F's with my head. And so I'm like, okay, I need to make this gizmo a little closer to that gizmo. So I just took the scale, the little square circle in the middle, and made it an outer ring out here. And then I took the little scaling boxes that were usually on this and put them as little spheres on the ends. I left move along camera plane as it is instead of made it a little box in the middle. I left that alone, but hanging in there, brother. Making and sculpting weird stuff. That's how it should be. Yeah, use it and ZBrush goes pause. Yeah, I don't want to do that. And yep, and then it goes nope, no knife brush for you. Boop. Gone. Okay. Let's make this guy's little hands. He's got, I mean, look how small these wrists are, right? Okay. I don't know if I want to give this gizmo away or not. We'll see. We'll see how I like it and see if people want it. But I do give these brushes away over on my website. Go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Links in the description. I'm still wondering if I should have music going on for you guys or not. I guess it makes it so you can listen to whatever you want. What are you guys working on this week? His arms are way longer than this and kind of bent a little more. Let's see. There we go. It's so weird to do that. I'm going to show you what I just did. Okay. What, Neil? The 3D Character Workshop isn't, but the school one is, which is the same. You're voting against music? Okay. Noted. It's much more helpful if whatever tools you're using I can use too. Yeah, well, I don't really talk about this one, you know? Oh, D&D Bearfolk. Nice, nice. My son's in the other room playing D&D with his friends right now. He's running it himself. He's the DM. I'm pretty proud of that. He's doing like a Western style one. Okay, so say I wanted to add this forearm piece to the unmasked selection. This is so weird how you have to do this. So I have to hold control on the one that's not masked, drag it to the one that I want to unmask, and then while I'm holding control, add shift. Whoops. Backwards. See? I always get it backwards. So I need to do the opposite. Okay? I need to start on this one that I want to be unmasked, hold control, drag it over to this one, and then add shift. See? Shift, shift, shift. And now it's unmasked. It's so weird. Usually, I don't do that. Usually, just because it's so weird. Usually I'll just hide things and show things. I'll just hide everything that I don't want masked. And yeah. Working on my Winter Spirit Challenge. Awesome. So, Neil, what did you mean by 3D Character Workshop isn't, but the school one is? What do you mean by that? Is the 3D Character Workshop link working, like the forwarding? I need to double check it. Not that I'm going to do anything about it right now. Yeah, it is. So it should push you over to this page, which is my new school. Oh, ZBrush finger gymnastics. Yep. Yep. So I'm still working on a video that you can watch that explains what's in here. But essentially what we have is, well, you can kind of see it right here. There's a free tier and there's a premium tier. And I have courses and a community and all sorts of stuff in there. If you want to learn how to do this stuff, check it out. The 3D character workshop link is not in the description, but the school one is. Oh, right. Okay, got it. Got it. I need to fix that. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Sorry, I'm being slow today. I wanted to scale his arms way up and kind of rotate them like this. You guys are lucky you're not listening to the music I'm listening to. This is not good. Okay, let's change it. That's better. Okay. Hey, Vampire, how you doing? Yeah, it'll take you to the same place. Okay, I think that'll work. Kind of want to pull this up a little bit and then smooth it down. All right, let's get some hands on there so it doesn't look so dang weird. Okay, I need to turn local on but dynamic off. There we go. Then we're going to square it up. I like how the wrist comes in at on the lower side. It kind of reminds me of Hogarth's hands from Gentle Giant. Is it Gentle Giant? No. What is it called? Iron Giant. Gentle Giant was a company that made collectibles they aren't around anymore. It makes me sad. I don't know. I think they got bought out, or I don't know what happened with that. That's pretty crazy because they were just at the ZBrush Summit a couple years ago. Okay. Working on my McGraw. Nice. The input on chopping it up and using duplicate subtools for testing got me going again. Yes. That makes making that post all worth it for me. I'm so glad. I kind of want to make that post every week, you know? It's like, what has you stuck this week? So we can all help each other get unstuck. It's interesting to see what people are stuck on too. I mean, it makes sense. All right, I'm going to hide these and just do a split hidden because these aren't nearly as high of resolution as the body is. Z Startup Master has been updated for 26.1. Neil, you say that, but are you talking about the startup utility, this thing? So it's not working for me. I need to tell Paul and those guys because I click on remember sculptor settings, but it doesn't. I click on spotlight projection off, but it doesn't. But you know, I need to test it more because it's been crashing, and I think when it crashes, it doesn't remember the state it was in before the crash, you know? So it could be me. I think that post each week is a good idea. I'm also thinking about doing a just a going live in there every single week, kind of like this, but a deeper dive with more teaching, and you can ask me anything live and I can do demos and stuff like that. It's not so much a character review session, but more of a like a live Q&A kind of a thing. And I was thinking about maybe even doing another character live like that, like I did with Sirloin, just to give somebody or give people a reason to visit each week, you know? So I feel like the Lion-O training is good, and I like how it turned out. But at the same time, the interaction was missing, you know? Oh, really? It's on the Maxon plugin side. It has 2 versions now. So, because I think I grabbed the one for 2026.1. Okay, gotta test it. What does split unmasked points do? Thanks for the question, Jays, and welcome. It will split anything that is masked or unmasked into a new subtool. That's all it does. So, for example, see this, the arms and hands that I have right here. If I wanted to split the hands off and put them in their own subtool, get them away from the arm, all I would have to do is mask it off like this, and then hit split unmasked points. This is my custom menu, by the way. You can find everything in this menu in the tool menu. So if you can see the headers. This is the header. This is where it is in the tool menu. So subtool, split unmasked points. So that's where you would find it. It's just in the subtool menu right here. Somewhere in here, split unmasked points. Anyway, let me look at that. Hold on a second. If you hold down Control, it tells you even more information. So, it's under, yeah, tool, subtool, split unmasked points. So it should be here. I don't know why I can't see it. I don't know where it is. That's why I have my custom menu, because I use that stuff all the time, and I'm like, I can't remember where it is. But if you want that custom menu, you can either get it one of 2 ways. You can either make one yourself, and I have a YouTube video showing you how to do that. If you go to 3D Character Workshop on YouTube, you can find it. Or you can get it for free. If you join my school for free, you can get it right there. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's what it does. I didn't mean to turn it into an advertisement. I was just kind of saying if you wanted it, you can get it there. Okay, for this thumb, what I want to do is we'll insert another sphere here. And then I'm just going to just mush it around. Kind of make it the thumb meat. I can make the thumb pad. And then what I can do is get this move brush and just kind of pull it up and push it like this. Like a thumbs up. And it's starting, the geometry's starting to stretch. And at this point, what I like to do is turn on Sculptris Pro, and we'll see. Yeah, see, adaptive size is still on. So it didn't remember. I wonder if I have the wrong version of the ZBrush startup thing. But yeah, I'm gonna pick this. No, it's too big still. Roll it down. There we go. It's pretty good. Okay. And then we'll kind of see the shape of this thumb. It's so funny. It's really skinny where it connects to the hand. I want to see if I can pull that off. But it's very squared off, like the tip is square. And then like the thumb pad is also square. So we'll kind of bring this down, make it skinny. Bring this down and make it skinny. And let's get, I want to go even smaller with the triangles. That's probably too small. Yeah, there we go. That's about right. I just want enough triangles that I can kind of do what I want to do with it, you know? And then I like to curl the thumb backwards. I'm trying to keep it so it doesn't look twisted. That's funny. Look at those thumbs. They're probably too small. Yeah, way too small. All right. Let's make those much bigger. Get them set in there. Okay. Maybe you roll them forward a little bit. You know, once you figure out how to make hands, it's pretty dang fun. I know it's kind of a struggle. Like Neil, you've struggled with hands the whole time, I think, but I think a lot of it comes to like overthinking, you know? I feel like I want to shrink the palm down. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to save this just in case. Let's do this Kactiguy 2. There we go. Yeah, I always wonder if I'll get, if when I'm working on these characters, if I'll get banned because he's nude. I've heard of horror stories. I would hate to do that to Maxon, you know. Okay, let's do the same thing with a finger. Oh, okay. I just got an error that is tied to my quick save. Now, I need to stop and tell you guys about this because it's something I ran into. I need to talk to Maxon about it. But essentially, the new ZBrush has a new folder system. So if you go to Preferences and you go to Asset Directory and you click on Open Directory, it will show you where it's pointing to, right? And if you point it to somewhere that's not default, like right now I'm pointing it to my root of C, and then I have it in my 3D Character Workshop folder, and then it puts everything in here, like my brushes, my quick saves, everything like that. But if you point it somewhere else, so you can go to change location right here, and I need to test this, but if you point it away from the default location, it will give you a quick save error. It's been giving me a quick save error. So I'm not quite sure. I don't want to reset it to default yet. I want to make sure I can get it working. But anyway, just know that's what that error was. But that new folder system is fantastic because every time a new version of ZBrush comes out, you don't have to migrate all your stuff over every single time. You just park it on your hard drive somewhere, and you can put it wherever the heck you want. I even tried to put it on my iCloud so then I could share it with my iPad eventually, which would be super cool. Oh, it worked. You sent you the link. Okay, thanks, Neil. And trying to do the set default project is in Max. That would be nice. Kind of, yeah. So it's more like you're setting your folder structure, kind of like, hey, what's up, Sammy? You're setting your folder structure kind of like you do in Maya, like you can set a project folder and it will like auto-populate it, but it's not like that. It's more like all of the stuff that ZBrush is looking for, like brushes, alphas, that kind of thing that you can customize. Let's say you bought some, what are they called? VDM brushes from ArtStation, some, alphas, a bunch of that stuff. You just put it in those folders or like materials, and then And what's cool about that is I can share the entire folder structure with someone. They can put it on their machine wherever the heck they want it. And then you just hit change directory, point to that, and it will load all of it up, including the user interface, the menus, everything. It's really nice. See, there you go. See, file write failure encountered. Yeah, that's really strange. I need to look into that. I don't know why it's doing it. Anyway, we're going to flip this finger around because I want it to go from skinny to fat. Okay, I really love the shape of this fingertip right here. So I'm going to use that. Yeah, it is really nice. From what I've tested, it's sweet, and I hope they use the same folder structure on the iPad. I know the iPad's a little different, but I mean, imagine, this is what I need to talk to him about, but imagine saving it to your, saving that whole folder structure to, like, say, your Google Drive or iCloud or something, and then you just go over to your iPad and point it to the same place, right? And then you could just share your materials, your alphas, your brushes between the two of them all the time. That would just be nice, right? So hopefully. And then you wouldn't really have to worry about like doing the whole Go Z thing either, you know, because I know a lot of people have been having troubles with the Go Z in like Lisa, I think if you're still here, you were having troubles with that, right? I think you got it working, but sometimes like your network won't see your iPad or your desktop or something like that. It just won't work. But if you saved it in your like cloud drive and then you just waited for it to upload, then you would be able to access it from as soon as it's uploaded and downloaded, you know, you'd just be able to grab it. Let's see. Just took me 5 minutes to remember the plugin 64 folder was in Z data from. Oh, it's not in the new folder structure, Neil? About the Q&A weekly live idea you mentioned, would it be recorded and available to rewatch later? Yes. Since it's always night in my country when you stream? Yep. So I would make it for premium members, not free members, you know. So that would be a thing. I'm just trying to find, I'm trying to add more value and help people out, you know. Every game looks like a Pixar movie now, even photorealistic ones look like animated plastic to me. I hate it. I don't know quite what you mean by that, Arnold. I'm playing Elden Ring Night Rain, and I don't. To me, it doesn't. They do a good job with that. Yeah, premium. Yep. Yeah, and it's really easy to go live inside of the school, you know. And I can do it in one of two ways. I can do it like a webinar style where it's just me talking and I can bring people up on stage with me is what it's called. Or I can do it Zoom style where everybody's kind of watching together, you know, like in a bit like I like to call it Brady Bunch style. Might be dating me, but oh, I don't want to have Sculptris Pro on. Okay, so let's get these fingers all ready to go. All right, well, to each their own. Okay. Let's see. And then put it over here. He's got 4 fingers. And one more. All right. And then I'm just going to pose it. I'll have to make the book and then pose the fingers around the book. The reference source again for what, Lisa? For this guy or for what? Okay, let's see. There's something that I found recently that's kind of cool. So see all these fingers are in the same polygroup, and I want them in separate polygroups. So I can go hit auto groups right here under polygroups, and that will do it. What the heck? Wait a minute. Okay, okay. Yeah, I can't really post the links on YouTube either. So are you talking about like Kactiguy, like the guy who did this? Is that his actually name is Guy? Okay, let's see. I can post this on YouTube, I think. There you go. Okay. Okay, these this is really funny. It looks like they're in the same colored groups, but they're actually not. They're different. But what I can do, I don't even know if this is going to work though, because these fingers are the same poly count. So what I was going to do is merge similar groups. But yeah, see, it did the same thing with the fingers. It worked? Okay. So what I do to get them back symmetrical is I just do a mirror and weld, but you need to make sure you turn off local symmetry. And then just do a mirror and weld, and then it will take and put, it'll mirror from the screen left to screen right, and then it'll put everything in the same poly group, so you can mirror it across like this. If everyone just stopped by in the games and movies and stuff, we could tank the entire, well, good luck with that. Or you could make an indie game and make it look how you want it to look. You know, that's another way. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go, I'm gonna split hidden. And then do a Z remesh, but I'm gonna do it really, really low. Hey, what's up, Wexter? How you doing, man? Okay, I need to do target poly count 1. Maybe even 0.5. There we go. So that gets rid of all the Sculptris Pro geometry, you know, and then I can merge it back with the hands. So we're gonna go merge down. Okay, so these hands are kind of looking really off. Okay. What are you working on today, Wexter? What's new with you? Okay, I'm gonna try making this book, but I'm just gonna kind of block it out. I'm not gonna make all the pages and everything. I'm just gonna do kind of the shape, and then I'll actually make the book itself later. So let me save it. Okay. I'm just going to do a cube. And then just kind of drag it out like this. And then I'm going to split unmasked points. So what are these things you make? Are they little plastic figurines people stick on their dashboard? No, they're just like collectible figures. Can you see them back here? Yeah. Just like, yeah, just for fun. Not bobbleheads. And then we can mask off the bottom here, and then open this up like it's open. I think I made it a little too long. Whoops. Making another Vecna and working on that fairy dude for the challenge while reading all the comments about the, yeah, right? Oh, what a news day. What a news day. Okay, so now I can kind of make it look like a book by, I'm just going to get rid of these faces. So what I can do is just do a group by normals and then go to Z Modeler, hover over one of these polys, and then click on delete, and then just click them away. You can turn on double so you can see it. Now it kind of looks like a book. And then we can just extrude it. Well, let's put everything in one poly group. Extrude, polygroup all. I can just kind of bring it in like this, and there's the cover. Then well, I'll make the pages later, but that works. Book. That fairy you're making is pretty hilarious. Okay. And then I kind of want to start to make, I'm tempted to pose the hands already, but I think I'll wait on that. And I'll just start making his blue shirt. So I'm not going to make the shirt go all the way underneath this like sweater vest thing, just through the top here. And then we'll bend that collar down here in a minute, but okay, let's do another save. Every time I do something big, I want to hit save in case it crashes. Waiting on the Die Hard Christmas collection. Don't give him ideas, man. It'll happen. Okay, so let's I want to just merge all the like the hand together, not the fingers, but the rest of the hand into the body. So let's do this. Split hidden. And then we will stitch them together using remesh by union. And then hit apply. Accept, turn symmetry back on. So these are all stitched now. Put it all in the same poly group, and let's see what happens if I remesh it same. That's pretty good. Not horrible. I had some requests and I was thinking about it. I mean, it's not Christmas if Hans Gruber doesn't fall off, right? I get Tommy Pleasantry. I like to think of him as Snape. Oh, funny. I haven't watched Die Hard forever. It's been a long time. Okay. You know, I think I'm going to do the same thing with this body. I thought, okay, hold on a second. I can reconstruct subdivs. That's better. All right. So it has 3. Then if I give the arms 3, okay, that works. And I can hide the arm seams. Not a big deal. Okay. Speaking of arm seams, I'm just going to duplicate these arms after I fill the object with that color. Okay, and then duplicate. I'm going to hide the original arms, and then, man, I really wish that knife brush was working. That'd be nice. But I'm just going to use these edge loops. Let's delete higher. Because now what we can do is use the select lasso tool. And then where the sleeve is going to end, I can just hide an edge loop. Same with up here. Just hide an edge loop. And then do an auto groups. And that will give us our sleeve shape right here. And then delete hidden. Okay. And now I can fill it with this blue color. And then let's move along normals. Or inflate, as the kids like to call it. And then we can unhide that arm and see how it looks. Okay, then we can actually use inflate the brush to just kind of move it along here, like deflate some areas. Got hold of a collection of the old shorts from the 30s and 50s. Oh yeah, those are great, like the dancing skeletons and stuff. I actually kind of like those newer ones, where like the Mickey shorts that they did recently, fairly recently, like the last 5 years. Those were done pretty well. I didn't hate them. I'm just trying to get this seam to go kind of like a shirt seam would. It's going to be hidden by that sweater vest, so I'm not too concerned about it, but I was just trying to get the edge loops to conform. Okay, I'm making too many warbles. Too many warbles. Okay, so now this is what the fun I like to do is, well, let's pull this elbow sharp. And then we can use this carve brush, but we need more geometry, so I'm going to subdivide it a couple times. And then just kind of cut to this. I used to hate to like doing wrinkles, but ever since I kind of figured it out, it's been a lot of fun. Gravity Falls is beautiful. I love it. Those would be some fun characters to do. I did one of the cops one time. That was fun. Ooh. Okay. If you cut down inside too much to reveal the skin, just kind of pull it out. And then, okay, if you've added subdivision levels, you can't really do a mirror and weld. It won't work. So you have to use, I'll do a save as. You have to use a plugin. So if you go to the plugins and it's called Transpose Master, not Transpose Master, Subtool Master, the other master. And then you do mirror right here, boop, and then just hit, yeah, merge into one subtool and then x-axis go. And with that plugin, it doesn't matter which side it's on. With mirror and weld, it matters. You have to have it on the screen left to mirror to screen right. But with that plugin, it doesn't matter. I noticed yesterday that I haven't seen last few episodes of Rick and Morty. Oh yeah. You know, I was able to tour the Rick and Morty studio once. Yeah, my buddy, his name's Worth. He did he helped them make a bunch of vehicles, and he would make them in 3D Coat of all places. And then because in the end he can kind of make them look like 2D, you know. And then so he was helping him make a whole bunch of spaceships and stuff like that. And so when we were at CTN one year, I think it was CTN, he got us a tour to go check it out. And that was really cool. But it's funny because it's in like this nondescript location in Burbank. It's like an office building, you know? Oh, right? Yeah, the amount of animation characters they squeeze in each episode. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I was always impressed by like what the Simpsons could do and stuff like that, and yeah, it's just pretty crazy. Yeah, I met Dan. I rode the elevator with Dan Hardman. Is that his name? Dan Hardman? Yeah, one of the writers. He was nice. Okay, I want to turn this into a sleeve. Well, so duplicate, delete higher. I do this over and over all the time just to get rid of, I don't know why that didn't, I don't know why auto groups didn't put these in separate groups. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That's what I wanted. I just want this. Delete hidden, mirror and weld. Dan Harmon, there you go. Community, yeah, he does some really cool D&D stuff too. Add some thickness to these sleeves. And then I can delete the arm on the inside of this sleeve now because I've kind of used it. Okay. Now, if you have subdivisions, it's kind of hard to delete a section. So you have to go to the lowest level. You can kind of do the same thing where you hide a section like this, and you can auto group it. But again, see, it's asymmetrical. So what we do with this one is just kind of isolate. Here. Hit Control W to put those. Hit Control W, and now we got symmetrical groups. Are you keeping the lower arm since you can see down the sleeve? Yeah, yep. I'll cut it off like not right at the edge. I'll cut it off kind of down inside. And then sometimes I'll taper the end of the sleeve. So you can't really, especially for 3D printing, because you don't want a hollow sleeve, it's going to create a pocket, right? Okay, so now that I have these two groups, I can do split groups and it'll keep the subdivisions. So you go group split and then say okay and see how it goes away. But now it made a new group with just those ends. Gotta find them right there. See? Nope, that's the little sleeves. These. I guess I could have used these as the sleeves, but anyway, we can go ahead and delete these. Turn solo off, and there you go. It's funny, it looks like he's just wearing sleeves. New trend. Makes me want to watch Gravity Falls again. That show's so good. Okay, so let me do it with this sleeve. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so it has thickness on right now, but instead of doing that, I'm going to turn that down to 0. So we just have this sleeve, right? What we can do is we can cap it. So do a close holes. It'll make this ugly cap like this, but it'll make it into new poly group. And then we can Z-remesh it with while keeping groups. But we want to take the smooth groups and ramp it way down to about here. And then we can hit detect edges, but keep groups is enough. And then we just keep it at same and hit Z-remesh. And it should give us decent caps like this. And then, so now this is watertight, right? You're not going to have any pockets of like resin or whatever. So, but we still want to see down the sleeve and we still want it to look like cloth. So what we can do, I'm going to do a group by normals and then a mirror and weld. Group by normals is just going to give me new groups for anything past 45 degrees. The reason I did that is because I want different groups on the back than the front. Okay. And then I can inset these. But, you know, with the Z modeler, I typically don't have very good luck with inset. So instead, I will usually insert an edge loop here and just kind of bring it right up to the edge. And that will become my new outer edge. And then I will mask this group off. And then make sure my local symmetry is turned on with dynamic turned off. And then I can scale it in. That's my inset, right? Thanks, Neil. I will in 1 second. Okay, so this is going to become my sleeve border, but it still has a cap on it, right? So now I can clear this mask, and then I can grab the Z modeler again. I still have it, and then do an extrude polygroup all, which it's already set to, and just push that in as far as I want. It's kind of coming out the other side, but now I can just mask this group off, kind of put it into place where I want it, and I'm kind of doing it blind, but I want to turn it, bring it in here, and scale it down like a taper. And I can kind of taper it so it's, and scale it way down, so it's kind of up by where the arm is, right? Yeah, so now we can see where that arm is. And then we can clear the mask out, subdivide it. Now it looks like a sleeve, but the arm is intersecting, so we can move the arm down and we can move the sleeve up, and so it doesn't intersect with it. Yeah, there we go. And now it's a sleeve that is watertight, but it still looks like a sleeve, and it, yeah. So now I have a place where I can cut the arm off inside, which is not going to affect anything else, you know. We can grow this out. I'm just kind of using the move brush rather than scale to just kind of work it around. And this is a cap, so it doesn't, it's not going to hurt if you pull, like I can pull this down a little bit further from like the weight of the thing on the bottom. Yeah, we can add a little bit of a kind of a saddle here. And then one thing, I'm doing some, I've been doing some freelance stuff. Yeah, see, looks all right. It kind of goes a little too tapered towards the end here. Just pull that down a little bit more. And we want to pull this kind of this way for gravity's sake. Pull this down. Okay. And then see how it's got this little tiny lip right there and a little kind of tiny lip right there. We could put that in there if we wanted to kind of replicate a seam. But I'm taking Neil's advice and saving this. So what we could do is we're going to mask this off. Basically, if I have this select lasso, I can hide a whole entire ring. And I'm going to do it over here as well. Got to get the right one. And then invert that selection and give this a new poly group. And then we can extrude this out. We just want to give it a little extrusion, just like so. And that will kind of replicate a little seam if we want it, like this. And then it just kind of looks like a cloth seam. And then the, you know, the smoothness of the dynamic subdivisions will just kind of take care of it looking like that. And you can adjust. See how it's kind of going from thin to thick and thick to thin over here. You can keep it that way. You can adjust it. It's up to you, whatever you want. So if I wanted to kind of scooch this closer together, I could. Scooch this. Notice when I'm using my move brush, I just use little teeny tiny scooches. I would call them nudges, to nudge. Okay. There you go. Fun. Love that watertight tip on clothes. Nice. Use it all the time. It's so much fun. It works well with 3D printing. Kind of makes it look like a toy too, you know? It looks like, see how we got a little bit of a lip in there? I wonder if it's getting, let's see what it looks like. Okay. So this green loop, we can remove this edge loop. It'll get rid of the poly group as well, but if I hold down Alt and just delete it, it just goes away. I could do it on the back side too. Just get rid of that. Because if you get two loops close together, it's called a support loop or an edge loop, you know, like you put it next to an edge and it'll create kind of a tight crease without putting a crease in there. So sometimes you don't want those. And another way to reduce how tight that crease is by sliding edges. So if I hit slide edge loop complete, I can grab this inner edge. If I get close enough, let's grab it. Okay, it's not wanting to grab. Come on, baby. There we go. Just kind of slide it away from that edge to give it more of an angle like this. I can do it to this side as well. Just kind of bring it out. And now when I subdivide it dynamically, it's going to give it even a looser edge lip, right? So that works out. And then I could even, I could come in here and just delete this edge loop as well. If I wanted to insert, hold down Alt and go boonk. And that gives it even a less of a transition there. So then it's just, this is even more like the concept where it's not even a crease. It's just kind of a little edge lip, you know? That works out. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. Leave it alone. Mess with it enough. Let's fill it with a color though. Grab our arm and then we can see where we're going to cut that arm down in here. I'm just going to get rid of the subdivisions. Delete higher. Okay, and then we can turn on transparent and turn solo off. I don't know if I can really see it. You kind of can right up in here. Maybe this loop. And then we'll just kind of repeat the steps. We'll do auto groups. And then I just want this one. Hide. Where is it? Delete hidden. And then I can do a close holes. And that will cap this backside with ugly geometry. And then if I wanted a better edge loop right here, I could put another poly group here and say keep poly groups. But I'm just going to do detect edges and ZRemesh it same. And it should do its thing. Whoops. See, that's what happens when you have, when you do a ZRemesh with symmetry with local on. Okay, it has local symmetry turned on. So let's do this instead. We're going to turn local symmetry off. We're going to do a mirror and weld. So we have them both. And now we're going to do our ZRemesh. Okay, it did detect those edges. Did a good job. It actually put a crease around this edge. I don't think it gave it a new poly group. Nope. But it did detect edges and keep the creases. That's pretty wild. Okay. So now we have our hands and we lost our color. So let's grab that color again. And now we have our arms and our sleeves and all that. But our sleeves, they are open holes. See, they have open holes, but they have subdivision levels. So I would have to delete the lower subdivision levels and then close the holes. And then ZRemesh while keeping groups, but turn the smooth groups down. Now, I want to do half on this, not same, and we'll see what we get. Okay. See, it still kept our wrinkles and stuff like that. I think it did a pretty good job. So, it kind of created a mess up here just because this is so thin and now it's overlapping up here. But that's okay. Let's do another save. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth that and then relax it just to create closed end there. And then every time you remesh, it gets rid of the color. So I'm going to fill that again. And then we can turn on dynamic subdivisions, and now it's pretty much back to what it was. Okay. Now I'm going to make just the neck piece. So those of you in the school, I'm thinking about doing a kind of a weekly hangout Q&A, and I'm curious, I'll probably do a poll inside the school, but I'm just curious, would you rather watch me like this, create a character, and you ask me questions as I go? Or do you want to just open, hang out, chat about stuff, do demos? It's not necessarily a character review session of your stuff, but more like a learning session and like, hey, I'm stuck on this thing. How do I get past it? Like somebody was asking about, they're stuck on hair, they're stuck on cloth, you know, a specific piece of clothing. Like, how would I make this? How would I make that? And then I would record those and stick them in the resource section. I was also thinking about, it'd be kind of fun to do practice sessions, like good things to practice, like hands, or I'd like to finish the face section, like redo it, you know? I like the learning session idea. I like that. Just suggestions how to do stuff. Yeah. I think that would be fun, and just hang out and talk, and, you know, just kind of like what I'm doing here, like going through a sleeve or something. I just posted last night, I was asking my students some questions about like where are they stuck, you know, like what's stopping them from moving on. And other than motivation, I mean, I can talk about motivation too, but other than just trying to stay motivated, like technically what's stopping them, kind of a thing. And it'd be fun to help people remove those walls. I like that. Maybe short examples sometimes from questions people have had, or things they struggle with. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I think I would like to think that would help a lot, you know? Because I think a lot of, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I think a lot of people will run into a wall and then either be too embarrassed to ask, like, oh, I should already know this, I don't dare ask, or something like that. I should problem solve and work my way through it, or something like that. And I feel like when you have, I call it artistic momentum, right? You're just sculpting along and you have momentum and you're going, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, I don't know how to do this next thing. I don't know what to do. Like somebody was asking, like, should I merge this together? Should I leave it separate? Should I, you know, what should I do? And they kind of get frozen and then move on, like give up and move on instead of asking, you know, which is a shame. So I would much rather you like go, hey, what should I do here in this instance? Not that I have all the answers, but I think as a group we could you know, if I don't have the answer, we could figure it out. I always say there's no hole that you can dig yourself into that you can't dig yourself out when it comes to ZBrush. You could do a mixture depending on what's going on with students in the what are you stuck in right now post. Yeah, exactly. I think that would be fun. Because I feel like if I'm just sculpting another character, you know, yet another character, maybe people would glean some stuff from that, but you know, maybe it's too specific to that one thing I'm doing and may or may not glean what they need from it, you know? What's the most complicated model I've created? That's a good question. Let me think about that. I'm trying to really push for completion and not stop and start something new all the time. Yeah, I just posted something about that in that thread. Let me find it really quick because there's a graph. There's like, you know, people have made graphs because it's nothing new, right? It's something that it seems like all artists run into. Okay, here's the graph. Right here. See? Yeah, it's this I still do it to this day. Where, you know, this is your confidence when you first start. This is your, you know, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be the best model ever. And it's yeah, the shiny object syndrome. And then all of a sudden you hit a wall, or it becomes too tough, or you don't know what to do, something, and you're just like, oh, I can't do this. I'm going to start something new, right? That's it right there. But this, when you're right here, this is right when you're most vulnerable, right? And you never, if you have really a lot of trouble finishing things, this is the tipping point, quitting point. And this is where I want to help you, right? I want to help you get to here. And yeah, and so making this effort worth it because of pushing you past. So anyway, if you're wondering what we're talking about, this is my 3D character workshop. And this is a post I just barely posted last night. You know, what are you stuck on right now? And it's gotten a lot of, like, 48 comments in here so far. A lot of interaction, but you can see a lot of people and all their work and their posting. It's been super fun. So yeah, I implore you to check it out. And I have a classroom with a whole bunch of classes in here. And then we go, like, I'm live right now on this Maxon. It gives you a little calendar. There's these hangouts. And then I'm going to do a weekly call. Yeah, this is for something else. But anyway, yeah. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay. A lot of the people in here are in there. Yeah, like Wexter and Lisa and Neil and the other Neil. Yeah, Lisa, for sure. It'll definitely be different than this. And I want it to be different than, like, if you watch Sirloin, that Sirloin character I did a long time ago, I did a student only live stream where I made an entire character from start to finish, where people could come join me and hang out and ask questions. And that was fun, but it was, like I said, it was questions specific to that one character. Should we use the new Retopo tool? I mean, I could do it a different way, but I want to do it just to show you. Okay, as long as this doesn't have subdivision levels, which it does. I still can't believe I mixed the two Neils. That's still there can be only one. Okay, let's I'm going to duplicate this and then delete the lower and then hide the original. Okay, here we go. So if you have the latest version of ZBrush, you can hit B, R, and then you'll see this brand new Retopo brush. It's so funny because I was making my own Retopo brush before they announced this one. You can see it in there. Oh, come on. Don't crash on me, please. Okay, it just took a minute to load. It was loading all the patches. Like a bad penny. Oh, you're fine. Oh, geez. Bad penny. Okay, so it does come with all these patches. You'll also notice there's a new folder system up here. So on these insert multi-mesh brushes, which is essentially what the Retopo brush is, if it has a whole bunch of models that come with it, you can put them into these folders. And I still have yet to author a brush with folders, but I really want to get into it and see what they have to offer, because I want to make my own IMM brush with like eyebrows and stuff like that, and lashes, you know, just things that I feel like I'm drawing over and over and over all the time. So, okay. Anyway, we're not going to use patches for this bit, but once you're in this mode, let's say, you know what? I'm going to try something, because I heard that you can do it with on a mesh that has subdivision levels. So I'm going to hide this one and show this one, and we'll see if it actually does it. I think it will. So once you select this brush and you tap on a mesh like this, it will give you this dialog, and it says, the selected subtools has subdivision levels. Oh, it can't be used? Yes, it can. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So that was a different error than it normally gives me. I thought it was giving me an error saying that it's not going to be able to do it, but it did. And so you want to hit yes. And when you do, it's going to create a new subtool with a new mesh in it. So now you're ready to do some retopology, right? Let me hide this book so it's not in our way, and maybe these hands, get them out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna make this collar. We can even go through and make this the top of this shirt first before we do the collar. Let's go ahead and do that first. And you can see this these dots because we're in symmetry, but we're gonna go clear up to here and just put a dot, just a single dot. You can see it. And then we can put one next to it right here, and then one below it. You can see it's putting it right down the symmetry line. And once you have 4, you can hold down spacebar and it'll give you a preview of a quad. And then if you tap on that, it will actually give you the quad. I don't know why it didn't give me the symmetrical quad. Let's go on this side. That's weird. Let's see if it'll do it. Is it symmetrical? Yes. I don't know why. Okay, so now I have that. I can do it again. I can make 2 more dots, hold down spacebar and click. And this time it gave me the symmetrical quad, which is great. Or I can hold down Alt on an edge and pull it out like this. Okay, that looked weird because it was actually showing you the other side as well, because it has transparency turned on. So you can see all the way through the backside. So we can just come around here and then close it. Whoa, it's freaking out. Okay, what happens if we go like this? Okay, it's giving me, there's 2 brush sizes with this brush. There's a draw size brush. So see, when you can kind of see that little logo that looks like a topology square. That's how you know you're in the draw size brush. But if you hold down spacebar like this, so it turns into this other brush, this is a different one. And if you hold down, or if you tap S, you can scale this one. And this one is the, it's like the quad, and it's not working. It's having some issues with this mesh. I don't know what's going on with it. Huh. But see, when you hit spacebar or Alt, it changes to these different looks. So I'm gonna try and pull it out using Alt and seeing if it sticks. Man, that's really strange. Just freaks out. Let's go this way. Okay, so I'm gonna do a wonder if I can mirror and weld this. There we go. Okay. And then you can tweak move it like this. See, it has that little move icon. And you can move edges or vertices, either one. And then this one's kind of cool. If you go down on this bottom edge and you hit Alt, you can drag it out. Man, it's still, this is going to crash. I know it. It's freezing. I don't know what's up with, I haven't had any problems with the Retopo brush at all. It's probably because I'm doing a demo. That's why. It looks like it froze. Holy cow. Come on. Can I get out of this? Man, this is like hard freeze. And I didn't save it right before I did this, did I? All right, I'm going to kill it and then bring it back because I don't think it's going to recover from this. Whatever it is. Just giving it 2 more seconds. Yeah, Lisa. All right, here we go. I'm going to kill it. Yeah, I think it's crashed. Okay, let's try it again. Well, that's not good. That's the first, like I said, that's the first time I've had any trouble with the Retop brush. I'm gonna try it with a mesh that does not have subdivision levels. Let's see, 308. Let's see what it saved on here. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, let's duplicate this. Hide the original, go down in subdivision levels, and then delete higher. Okay, let's try it with this mesh. But before we do, I'm going to mirror this one. Mirror and weld it. Okay, we're good. Solo it. Okay, so this is the mesh we're going to start on this time. We should have a better result. And then yes, let's save it. Okay. BR Retop. Should give me a... Okay, I hit yes. Got to turn solo off. And it will also, when you make a retop mesh, it will put this orange checkered border around it, just so you know that it's your retop brush. Okay, let's do that again. I can already tell it's acting better. There we go. Okay. So holding down Alt, we can drag it out. Drag it out. Drag it out. We're good. Okay, it did it. It didn't freak out. No psychobilly freakouts. Okay, so what I was going to show you, we're back to where we were. That was pretty quick. All right. So what I was going to show you is holding down Alt, you can drag down and see how it's dragging 1 down. If you let go of Alt and tap it again, it brings the whole loop down. So ZBrush does not have, you know how you can like click and drag off of your model in some other programs, even with the topology brush, you know, in the earlier versions of ZBrush, you could do that and put a ring around an appendage. You can't quite do that yet, but you can do it like this. That made some weird. I think it's making it weird because I have symmetry turned on. Let me try it again. Okay, I'm gonna have to mirror and weld this anyway, but let's just bring it down a couple loops. I don't know how far I can get away with. It should snap when I let go. See, it's snapping. Okay, let's do a mirror and weld and see how good I did it. Yeah, so see how it splits right here? So I'm going to grab the move brush and just kind of move it over here. See the back side, move it this way. Do a mirror and weld and it should fix it. Fix it. Okay. Now I only want to come down to about here. We can, oh, I left my texture. Let's load that texture back in. Reference, where are you? Okay, let's turn the spotlight projection off. Okay, see, we only have to go down like not very far. So down his shoulders, let's see where his arms connect again. So about right here, and then just a V down here. Okay, so let's make sure we're back on the retopo. And then back on this retopo brush. Okay, and then it'll become transparent again. You'll see these patches appear again, and you'll know you're back in business. And we can pull this down. But see how it's kind of, I wonder if I can do it like that. There it goes. There, it didn't weld. Okay. I guess just be careful when you're dragging that down that you don't accidentally split those lines when you're doing a symmetry. I was going to say symmetry. You could have used ZModeler to extrude from edge loop to make those too, right? Yeah, you can, but they don't snap to the surface as well. There's also a new smooth brush. So look up in this top left corner right here. When I hit smooth, see how it changes to smooth retopo? And that, what that does is it allows it to stick to the surface as you smooth. See that? And it will do a nice relax for you. And even out those quads, which is super nice. Okay. So I'm going to pull this out again. This time I don't want a ring. Come on. I change brushes. Let's do it on this one. Come on. BR. Make sure I'm on the right brush. I don't know what I did to make it not work anymore. Huh. Well, let's draw some dots. Yeah, it's all of a sudden just like ignored it. Like it forgot that this was a retopo. Weird. So let's see if I can do it like this. Whoops. There it goes. Maybe I just wasn't big enough. No. That's really strange. Well, I'll just retop this down here, and then I'll bridge it up to there. Bridge it. Let's see. Come on. You can see how big the brush gets. Come on. I don't know why it's not. That's really weird. Also, when you alt drag, if you have dots that exist, it'll snap to these edges like this and the dots. So that works. But what's weird is it's not snap. Oh, okay, Alt. There it goes. There it goes. No. It's having mirroring issues. Okay, let's try it again with this mirror and weld. Yeah. Okay, let's do a save as. So I don't want to do this again. Grab the move brush. Yeah, it looks like it almost duped some faces too. We'll see. See, this is where I'm struggling now. Like I said, there's no hole that you can't dig yourself out of. Why are those dots? I did draw them, yes. Hello from Tunisia. I'm not sure I know where that is, but hello and welcome to the stream. Okay, mirror and weld. Why is it still having issues? Okay, mirror and weld. Let's try the retop brush again. Whoops, let me turn on symmetry. Oh, it made a weird, it's like crisscrossing everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna leave symmetry off for a second and just go around it like this. Come on. Kind of hero, hello, welcome. Almost done here. Thanks for your patience. Okay, now that we have that, mirror and weld. See, it's giving me these weird lines in here, making me think that there's like manifold geometry in there, like an extra ring or something in there. So what I'm going to do is turn off transparency and then solo it, and we're going to, yeah, see? We're just going to take a look at it. Because I think there's a ring in there that's like doubled. I think, you know what happened? I think that one time when I left symmetry on and I extruded it as a band of polygons, you remember that? I think that's where it made like it duplicated the polygons. So I think there are multiple polygons, like 2 rows of them here. So let's see if we can get rid of one of those rows. I'm just going to go like this and hide them. I'm going to turn on double just in case. Okay, delete hidden. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so note to you guys, if you're using that band, you know, extruding a whole entire edge ring, turn off symmetry to do it. Otherwise you'll have duplicate rings. Okay. Still got this weird black line here making me wonder. Let's do auto groups. Okay, let's do the retop brush again and just see if it will. Okay. And it's working with mirroring. Okay, I think we got it, you guys. I think we fixed her. Okay. After all that, I think we're finally done. Okay, let's look at this. I just want to drag the front of this down just a little bit. We can turn on dynamic subdivisions. Actually, I'm gonna do the 3D printing trick where we cap off the top and the bottom and then remesh it. So close holes. That's giving us a crazy. I'm gonna raise this back up and then close holes, and then I'll pull it down after I'm done. Okay, let's do Z-remesh. I'm gonna double it. Keep groups. Detect edges, go. Wait, yes. Oh goodness. Oh, ZBrush. You're killing me. You're killing me today. Oh man, what updates are there today? Okay, I'm just gonna go projects. Okay, here's another thing is it just added a new tab in your projects folder called user. So this tab is where all of your ZBrush shipped projects are. Sympathies, it's totally fine. I'm working through it. It's new, right? Anyway, user, and then we got my ruler file in here. Okay, one more time. This time with gusto. Okay, let's see where it left us. It's always a mystery, like where did it leave us? Okay. It left us like this. With, oh man. That's probably why it was not. Can you see how it looks like it has more than one face in here? I don't know what's going on. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're just going to get rid of this. Because I think this is now haunted. Okay, we're just going to grab this. And then this is a duplicate already. So we're just going to look at the arms. I just wanted to show you the Retopo brush, and what a horrible demo that was. Yeah, well, the center line was from the mirroring. Yeah. The mirroring got off and all sort. And it just sucks because I've had great luck with it up until now. Knock on wood. So I'm going to hide both of these lines. Okay, where is my... Oh. Sometimes I have to restore my UI in order for it to work. Okay, auto groups, there we go. And then isolate this and delete hidden and close holes and keep groups. Turn this down. Detect edges, same, go. There, now we're done. Oh goodness. See, some things, it's just easier to do it the other way. Okay, we're gonna go Alt, no, it's Control, inflate. I'm gonna put crease level at 3, subdivisions at 4. I think I'm gonna undo the creasing, uncrease. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the neck that I did with the sleeves. And we're gonna do the extrusion tricks. So I'll grab the Z modeler, insert an edge loop right next to the edge, mask off this top, scale it down, extrude it in. That's the poly. I want to extrude the poly group all like it's so. clear. Oh, need to scale this down like so. Hey, I was using it to make those things that hold trousers up with no issues. Oh, suspenders? Yeah, right? Okay, what in the heck is going on? Okay. Apparently I did the same thing to the bottom of this mesh because it's the same poly group. Okay, I forgot to do the group by normals here. Let's do that. Group by normals. There we go. I forgot that crucial step. I'm trying to go too fast. That's what happens. Okay. There we go. It's like a dickie. Isn't that what they're called? Except for it's not a sweater. Let's fill this with that. And now we're done. Okay. So, gosh dang. Gotta load my texture back up. Oh, you gotta have a brush that supports it. If it's ever grayed out for you, just change to the move brush and you'll be able to load the texture in. Okay. Where were we? That's what I want to say. Where were we? Yeah, Wallowitz. Yeah, I think you know. I was gonna say that. You know exactly what I was talking about. Oh, funny. Okay. Now let's make his sweater vest. Well, we could make his collar. See, his collar would just be perfect for retop. I almost want to do it again, but I don't dare. So instead, we're going to duplicate this. Duplicate. And I do want this curl over here like this. I think. Let's see. Think about that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's delete this. It'd be great to sculpt the whole Big Bang Gang. It really would. If you could get on that really quick. You know, Neil has started. He's done a bunch of them and they look great. I started to do some caricatures of them. Let's see, delete hidden. Then I'm going to get rid of the center line. Okay. And then I'm going to reduce. Let's do delete hidden. I'm going to go through and reduce this a lot by doing Z modeler and removing a lot of these edges. Like every other one. Just to simplify. And then we'll do the same vertically. Okay. And then the reason I did that is because I want to bend the collar outward. Which Neil Whitehall. Neil Bennett is new, right, Neil? Yeah, Neil Bennett is new, and Neil Whitehall's been around for quite some time, and he's like my first admin. Not me, I'm making a mole. That was the best response. I have Sheldon more or less completed, but keep procrastinating on Wallowitz. Get on it. I wonder when ZBrush will introduce some kind of AI autocorrection. Like what? So there's AI retopology stuff in the rumor mill, which sounds amazing if it works, you know? That's where that's where AI should be. It's where it should be, right? Not, it's like don't do the art for us. Do the stupid retopology. Okay, you know what? I'm going to simplify this even more. Dunk, dunk, dunk. There we go. Simplify. The fewer the points, the easier it is to manipulate without getting it all jacked up. Because you can turn on dynamic subdivisions. Spiritual. Hey kids, what's up? Welcome. You meant the topology, not the art. Yeah, I've heard rumors, right? That would be cool. Okay, let's expand a mundo. I agree, maybe AI does the rigging. Yeah, something. Any or the UVs. All this stuff. You know, I wouldn't even mind if you just said, make a game character out of my awesome model, right? And then it just did that part. Make this animatable. Okay. Maybe a little more. There we go. Color. Yeah, see, since it's so low poly, we can easily adjust it. Make this wider, bring it down. It'd be great for a base, so we can expand it from there. Yep. I do enjoy using it for another reference. Just, it's like another ingredient in the pot, right? It's like add all your references, and then let's see what AI would do with this in this angle and this thing, and generate an idea to add that to my brain. Okay, let's do, I work at a company making kids sunglasses with ZBrush. No way, that's awesome. That's super cool. Like little characters and stuff? I have not done anything like that. I've made glasses for characters, like my characters, but not for real. That sounds fun. Okay, let's make his tie. Let's fill it. Grab this orange color. Split it off. Sun stashes? That's fun. That sounds awesome. Do kids dig them? Hope so. Do you 3D print them or like manufacture them fully? I'll just leave that there. Like the ones that are under the eyes? I don't know. Oh, now that you mention it, this character really benefit from some reading glasses. Oh, yeah. I only read the last sentence. Both. Okay. Cool. I'm just going to duplicate this down. Okay. Yeah, they've added some new noise stuff to ZBrush 2, and I really want to try it with the pattern on this sweater vest thing. You can see them on their website. Okay, nice. I'll have to check them out. It's about time for me to wrap this up. Sorry, I just want to peek. Oh, site under construction. I can't see him. Ah, here we go. I was able to look at it through like Instagram. Those are cool. Neilum? Is that how you say your name? It's funny you ask that because I have made one and you can get it for free if you want. I give it away over on my school. It's SKOOL. The link's in the description. But yeah, you can see it right here. It's right there. Da 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 da. Here's my ruler. This is in millimeters and centimeters. Nail? Okay. I'm not sure how to say it. Yeah. So, but not only that is it's in a file that is set up for all the measuring. So if you turn on the floor, you can see that the grid matches up with all the centimeters. And also, if you turn on the gizmo and then you click over to the transpose line and you drag that out, you can see that the tick lines here, let me get it better. Let me measure the ruler here. Boink. See the units? Well, the units are not correct because I need to change it. But you can see the tick lines match up with the centimeters. If you change this export scale to 100, the little tick marks change to millimeters. See that? Millimeters. And then if you look up in the top left, that's 200 units. So it's 200 millimeters tall, right? I work for Star Trek and we always need to print model Nile. Okay, like the river. Nile. Oh, okay. Nile. Very good. Yeah, this is so a lot of companies use my ruler. But anyway, yeah, that's it. So you can see all these little tick marks? Yeah, these as long as you change the scale to 100, it'll change it to millimeters. And then you can measure your parts. Yay. Anyway, that's how that works. So, yeah, I think we'll stop there, but let me just show you really quick what to do. So click on the school link down below. Go to 3DCW. It stands for 3D Character Workshop. Go to the About page right here. Should say join now for free or something like that right here. And then you sign up, and then you go to the classroom, and you can go right here. This is my brushes. See the ruler peeking out of this cup right here? It's right here. It's free. You just grab it. Anyway, that's it. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to end that here. I'm going to look into how to make this sweater. He does have hands. Let's unhide his hands. And a book. A starting of a book. A skin-colored book. Ooh, it rubs the lotion. Let's grab this color. Stick it on there. There we go. That's better. But he's like naked reading a book. That's not good either. It's not a good look in a book. Yeah, you're totally welcome. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful week. And those of you in the school, I'll see you over there. And if you're not in the school yet, go check it out. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful week. See you all again. Cheers.